Hello, hello.
Okay.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
Alright, I had to change some settings around.
It's all good. There's always that little bit of setup time in the beginning, so it's no worries. Alright, so first of all, hi, my name's Brandon.
Hi, I'm Marty.
Hello, Marty. It's nice to meet you.
You as well.
Alright, so. Oh, what the. Oh, Curse Voice is just doing its thing again. So from your message, you said that you have a tournament upcoming in the summer that you want to prepare for, correct?
Yes.
Alright. So, are you relatively new to the lane, or like, are you switching for just like this tournament, or do you like play the lane? Like, is it the
Um,
lane you're most comfortable in? Do you feel?
so I'm fairly evenly comfortable across the board. The only thing that I'm more comfortable on than everything else is support. I've been playing sports since I started playing League about a year and a half ago. Um, so support was my big thing. And then about 2 months ago, I got asked to move to jungle. So I dropped everything and changed to play jungle for a fives team. And I got asked to play mid, so I've done some mid, and then I got asked to play top, so I've been playing some top. So I'm kind of like up in the air right now. So my being comfortable in the lane, I have picked up a few things just by playing all the lanes. The only thing I'm just haven't figured out yet is how to last hit effectively, because apparently as a support main you don't learn that real quick.
Yeah, that can be a bit of a bit of a change because support, the only time you have to last hit is with Targans. Other than that, it's
Hey,
just like
I was a thrush main. I was damn good at hitting that Targons, let me tell you.
yeah, there are some people in like Diamond that just will miss every single one. You're like, come on, man, get it together. uh,
I have games like that where I just can't hit it for my life, and I'm just like, alright, fuck it. I'm selling this, and I'm buying the token, and we're just going to go from there.
yeah, everybody has those games that's just like, oh my god, I can't farm right now. I actually had a lesson yesterday where, yeah, an Irelia player I was coaching was just having a lot of trouble CSing early on. It's like, I usually don't have this much trouble. I'm like, it's like, I tell everybody the same thing. Just, if you're having problems CSing, just don't let it tilt you. Because, like, that's the worst possible option.
Oh, when I realize I'm having a bad time farming, I mean, there's some games I obviously do better than others, but if I notice that I'm just missing shit, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just going to trade with them until I can lane by myself. Because my trading, I'm actually very good at, just by, playing support and knowing my damage boundaries, which I'm still learning with a lot of champions.
Yeah.
I understand a lot of trade potential, especially with the meta that it's been in recently, where, Janna and Nami and your squishy shit,
Mm-hmm.
to learn how to trade and not take as much damage back. And so that's something that I've actually realized I'm pretty good at. But as a general consensus, my laning phase is pretty weak, due to the fact that I'm not good at farming. My team fighting is pretty good. My vision control's usually pretty solid. Things that you pick up playing support, I'm good at.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Other than that, I'm subpar.
Alright. So, just what champions in the, like, top lane are you most comfortable on currently? Like, what do you feel like you, like, want to play at the moment? Like, what do you feel like you can play, and what do you want to learn how to play? That's a better question.
So I'm most comfortable on Irelia. Um, when I started playing jungle, I actually picked up jungle Irelia. So for like 2 months, I played a shit ton of jungle Irelia. So I understand Irelia's kit, not as much in the top lane, but still, it's pretty much the same thing. You just have to worry about the other person in front of you now.
Hmm.
Um, I have good games and bad games when I play Rumble. I would look to learn Rumble better, and I like to play Lissandra. Those are kind of the three that I have played and enjoyed my possible impact on.
Okay. So, uh, sorry. So, these lessons are generally in 1 hour time slots. If you feel like you want to sign up for just in the future, like maybe a 2 hour block or whatever, you can feel free to do that in the future. Because at the 1 hour, like all I really have time for is to kind of just like watch a game or watch a replay or two with a person and kind of point out things that they are doing. If in 2 hour blocks, I'm able to go over a lot more, just by virtue of having a whole another hour to talk about things. Um, so for today, uh, what I want to do is I just kind of want to get a feel for how you play, like what like just see what you need to work on. Just out of curiosity, are you able to stream at all,
I,
or is that not an option? It's fine either way.
not right, not right now.
Okay.
I'm playing on a Dell Inspiron laptop right now, so um, the playing League itself already runs my computer into the ground, let alone trying to stream on top of it.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine then.
But in about a week or so, I have my new computer coming in. I have most of the parts. I was supposed to get the rest today, but apparently my tower is not coming until Monday.
Ah.
So once I have all of that together and put up, I could stream.
Okay, because that's just like it makes the lessons a little easier. Because I don't like for this one I'm gonna have to use the spectator feature,
Mm-hmm.
which means there's gonna be that 3 minute delay between what I'm seeing and what you're doing. But it's not gonna be that. It's not that big of an issue. So just go ahead and hop into Team Builder and choose whatever champion you feel like you want to play. Like if you want to play Irelia, or actually first, hold up before you do that. What runes and masteries are you using on?
So
Or,
runes, I kind of just a few generic rune pages to cover anything that I could have to play.
hmm
My Irelia rune page, attack damage marks with one crit mark. I don't know, just a
Yeah,
personal preference, I
that's
guess.
fine.
Armor seals, magic per level, or magic resist per level glyphs, two attack speed quints, and one AD quint.
I recommend just going with a third AS Quint too. Like other than that, that's a fine rune page because it just gives you a nice even balance that allows you to do well in the early game, like a 1 to 3 where you struggle, and allows you to just like have a smooth power curve into your Triforce, which is where you hit your power spike. So that's just my
So,
recommendation. Um,
yeah.
okay.
Masteries for Aurelia, I run 21-9. Um, I take Foreign Fury, Butcher, Feast, Brute Force, Martial Mastery, Spell and Blade Weaving, Executioner.
Which one is the mastery page I should be looking at?
It says top.
Oh, okay. Right, right,
Mastery
right
page
now
5.
it's okay. Right now it's AP. So
And
I
that
I
would
was
be what
curious.
I used for Rumble.
Okay. So on Irelia, I actually, when I go 21-9, I prefer taking. I only take 2 points into Fury. I took 2 Fury and go 4 into Sorcery. My uh like offensive Irelia page, if you want to take a look, is mastery page number 12 for me. Um, the CDR is really helpful in early laning phase, stuff like that, because it allows you, to have the stun up more often. It allows you to, have heat and style up more often, which allows you to just trade like faster essentially. Like your downtime between trades is not as high as it usually should be. Like the attack speed's good, but Fury in itself won't provide enough attack speed to get off another auto attack during Heaton style. So it's so taking the 2 points. I take the 2 points in it because like there's not really much else to take the points in. Like double-edged sword doesn't really affect you all that much. Like you can take it, but like the true damage doesn't get affected by it. And then like I feel like I don't crit enough often enough to take frenzy, and spell weaving and blade weaving just personally aren't my thing, especially on this champion, because you only have 3 spells essentially that can proc it. So I go with that. It's just like a personal thing though, because that's what I feel like really helps her in the lane if you're going with offensive. If you're in a hard matchup though, don't be afraid to go 921 instead. Like if you're up against like a Gnar or a Lissandra or something like that, something that's going to be able to poke you out early. Definitely don't be afraid to go into the defensive a little more to survive the laning phase till you hit like level 5 and can kill them.
Mhm.
So just little things like that. So yeah, go ahead and when you're done with whatever you're doing, hop into Team Builder and choose whoever you want to play. Really, yeah. If you have any questions that I can just answer verbally, feel free to ask now. Otherwise,
Nothing off the top of my head, honestly.
okay. Well, just to kind of, because you said you had issues CSing, that's like that's a lot of just personal practice coming into play right there. It's not really something I can, coach on or anything like that. It's something that you just have to like, sit down and go into a custom game and
And
just
just do.
yeah, just last hit, so you can learn the champion's animation, how much damage you do, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So a couple of things like that I just can't do anything about, so that's gonna be on you as a player.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm. It's my biggest weakness, and it's difficult because it isn't anything that anyone else can help me with. I have to just do it,
Hmm.
and it sucks
Yeah.
because there's no tips or tricks you can look up. You just gotta sit down and figure it out.
Yep, you just gotta sit down and start hitting things and pray that you get the last hit.
So right, for a period of time when I started playing League, my friend was like, "Oh, you should try Malzahar. He's so good." Like, okay. He's like, "Just max your E and you win." I'm like, okay. Or just hit my E and like watch it go and then miss every little CS. And I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm done with this shit. Fuck
Yeah.
it, I'm going back to court.
You're like, oh, it bounces and it gets the last hit. Oh, dude, this is gonna be so good for last hit. And then you watch as like the minion manages to auto it right before it ticks, and you lose the CS. And you're like, really? Just, what? Really?
Just like, well, fuck it. I'm going back to the bottom lane. I'm not dealing with this shit.
First, I can't stand bot lane. It's just, ugh. I can't do
Well,
it.
I started playing support because I had like 4 friends that already played League like a year and a half before I started. Right? They'd been playing since like season 2. So I went away to college, and all my friends stayed at home.
Hmm.
And I was like, well, might as well try this League thing again. And I don't know what it was about this time, but I got hooked. And I'm like, all right, guys, 5-man team. What position do you need me to play? And they're like, we need a support. All right, I'll support. I bought Thresh, and I just went for it. So it kind of just worked out. I mean, if I didn't enjoy it, I would have said, fuck you guys. I'm just
Yeah.
going to peace out now. But, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. You know, my 80 carries weren't always douchebags, so I could deal with it. Um, but it was just something I, liked doing. So it worked out, and I just kept doing it. And then we got to the point where we were, putting the 5s team together. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm ready to play support. And they're like, oh, we have a support now. Can you play 80 carry? I'm like, what the fuck? I spent the last, 3 months leveling from 1 to 30 playing nothing but Thresh and fucking, like, Morgana and Leona. And now you tell me to play something else? Oh my god, I'm so screwed.
Yeah, that's always fun when that happens.
like, can I play jungle instead so I don't have to last hit? Like,
Yeah.
that's all I cared about. I'm like, I don't know how to last hit, guys. It's not gonna be good.
Yeah, last hitting it just takes. You just gotta go in. It just takes games. You figure it out. It just becomes second nature after a while. It's just like something that you just do. Like it's like, oh, last hit, boom, got it. But till you get to the point where it's super comfortable, yeah, I can. It'll be rough for a bit. It'll be something you really have to focus on. How's the queue looking?
Oh, I'm a whole 4 minutes into this queue with no
Oh,
pops.
fun, 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 fun.
Yeah, and it's one of those ones where it doesn't even give you like an approximate time period. It's just like, we'll find you someone eventually.
Yeah, that's it's unfortunate. It's like it's easier to like oh, it's an easier way to make sure that the person gets the role in champion that they want to practice as opposed to just trying to gung ho it and blind pick and going topper feed.
I'm not even touching blind
Yeah,
pick. Fuck
cause
that. I went into blind pick yesterday by accident, and it was the most troll thing I have ever played.
see,
Oh my god! I had a Shen support. I was playing AD carry because I just like didn't call anything because I thought I was in draft pick. So I got AD carry. I'm playing Ezreal. Had a duo top because I
nice.
don't know. Our jungler decided the last minute he wanted to play Teemo top with fucking Singed. So all they did was poison the fuck out of people, right?
Mhm.
And then our bot lane was like ridiculous because they had an actual support in Leona and Draven. So like we got shit stomped in lane because all they did was let
All
Draven
in.
auto attack while Leona stood on my face. Like, yeah, I'll just E out and get hit in the face by another spinning axe. It's great.
Yeah.
It'll work eventually.
See
They
my
ended up winning, but it was like so troll. I'm like, I'm never coming back here again.
See, my thing with my whole deal with the blind pick and draft and all that is my normal MMR is retardedly high. Like I think I'm when like last you could check normal MMRs, I was like top 50 in North America. So when I queue for normal draft, I can see 30 to 45-minute queues sometimes. It is retarded. Absolutely stupid. So I'd rather just go into blind pick, take my like 5 minute queue for a fucking blind pick game and be done with it.
It was so bad. It was so troll. I'm done. Fuck you all. I'm so done with this game mode. Fuck this shit. Like Dominion. I'm never going back.
Yeah, blind pick can be pretty troll, but yeah, it's just it's the time trade off. Because like yeah, sometimes you go to draft and then you'll have someone like you'll get done and someone will dodge. You have to do it again, and someone will dodge. And you have to do it again, and someone will dodge.
Dodge.
It's just like I want to play
You're
a
in the
game.
with like, well, and you're in game with like the same 10 people like every single time, except for the people that dodged. So you'll like have the same team of 5 people, and I'm like, okay, so none of you guys dodged. Who the fuck keeps dodging?
It's the guy on the enemy team, I swear.
The best is when you get into queue. You go into queue once, right? It's like your first game of the day. You're ready and happy to get in the queue, and the first thing someone says is, "If someone dodges, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill myself." Oh no, we're gonna play these queues. God damn it!
That happens to me in ranked too, hilariously enough, because up in like Diamond One Master, you essentially get to play with the same like clump of people every game. Like I've got like the same cluster of 60 to 70 people that I play with. Whoa, everything okay? Are you moving your adjusting your headset?
Oh yeah, I had to move my.
It's all good. It was just making a lot of noise. So yeah, so I play with the same cluster of 60 to 70 people, and when you get to play that many games with the same amount of people, hatred tends to be a thing, right? Because
Oh yeah.
some people like I have people that I absolutely refuse to play with. Like I will not play with these people because they don't do anything but troll, and I don't understand how they're still in high elo. But that's a different story. Um, So like you'll get into queue, and you'll look at the names on your team, and you go, oh, who's on my team? Like, okay, this guy's pretty good. I know this guy, and then you'll see the next two, and you're just like, ah, these two hate each other. And so they'll either troll the shit out of each other, or you're gonna have to dodge.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's the absolute best feeling in the world. Sometimes, let me
I'm,
tell you.
I'm sure. Hashtag high elo probs.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just, ugh.
This is the other problem with no one fucking plays support.
Yeah. So at least you got accepted into a lobby, right?
It's always it was fantastic when I was a support mate because I could just walk into Team Builder and I could play whatever the fuck I wanted.
Yeah.
It was great. I could just be like, I'll play fucking support Teemo and someone will accept it because they just want to play a fucking game. I would never play support Teemo because fuck Teemo, but you know.
Okay, I was gonna say if you play Teemo, then we're gonna have a little bit of a rift here.
No, it's just the first thing that popped in. What's the most troll support I've ever?
Teemo's just the champion in general is just a fucking troll. Jesus
It's
Christ!
ever. I
Like,
had to play against Teemo once, and all he would do is walk into lane and go invisible, and just like be a ward until we pushed too far forward and forgot he was there, and then wreck our faces. I'm just like, this is so annoying. Fuck this game. So eventually, what I did was I went and I watched him disappear, and I put the ink board down on his face, and he just stood there. He didn't move. He didn't even attack the pink board. I'm like, all right.
it was funny because back when Oracles was a thing, and it lasted for until you died. You'd get like Teemo and Evelyn players who would like just be trolling, and they'd lock in Teemo or Evelyn. They instead of like calling a lane or like a jungle or whatever, they just say Vision and take revive CV. They'd buy an Oracles at level 1, take stealth, and just start walking around sweeping wards all game. And they'd be like, I'm a pink ward! It's like, oh my god.
That's great. That is fantastic.
It's just like, kill me now.
I wasn't even around for Orb. That was before my time.
Oh my god.
Back when like supports were just walking ward machines. Yeah, no, that was before me. I didn't start playing until like pre-season 4. So when I first started, I started playing right around the Jinx release.
So,
That's when
yeah,
I
you're
started
relatively
playing
new.
League.
Oh, Jinx has been out for a while. Damn, God, she still feels like a new champion, but she's been out for like over a year.
I did the same thing. I'm like, wow, she's been out forever, but I still have no idea.
I started playing around the Nocturne release. I've been around for a bit.
So the first time I ever played League was the Wukong, which was way back. I don't even remember how long. So that was the first time I ever played League. Now back then, I was a competitive athlete. I spent all of my time, playing soccer. That was my shit. So, eventually, I stopped playing. I was just like, alright, well, I played 3 games, whatever. I didn't like it that much. It was just kind of, whoa, we got a Maokai support. That's not a...
Actually, okay, that's
It
something
could be
that
worse.
no, that's something that might become legit here in the next like month or so. So it sounds troll as shit, but I swear to God.
Unfortunately, I know and I agree, and I've tried it. Not proud that I've tried it, but I have. Oh, Lord.
Here, hold up. Real quick
No.
question for you. How did you sign up for like a time slot? Just
I went to...
you went to my coaching profile, right? And then did you just click on the
Yeah.
time slot? that you wanted, or like how did that work?
Yeah, I went to the site and I'm like, all right, well, I need a top lane coach. Went to coaches, clicked top lane, and I just went through to find someone that was free and with the champions that I wanted to learn. And you were right there. You weren't, gold five. I don't get that. Like silver five people that are like trying to be coaches. I'm like, just
well,
get coached.
well, to be fair, for my ranked fives team, our coach is gold one. You don't have to like be necessarily good like mechanically at the game to understand it. So that's just like a thing to be aware of in the future. But yeah, generally having a higher elo person coach who just feels a little safer in that regard. But
Yeah.
it's not always the case. It's like I said, I'm being coached by fucking gold. So
And I guess I should probably, realize that. I think while I may not be, genius when it comes to League, my game knowledge is pretty solid. I mean, my theory crafting isn't terrible. I was heard of Piltover Gaming.
what was cut out there for a sec?
Have you ever heard of Piltover Gaming?
No, I have not.
It's a small gaming community. They have a few ranked fives teams. I just got into a game, by the way.
Okay, that's good.
They have a few, ranked fives teams and everything, and I was a part of one of their teams for a while with a few people, and we would, we took it pretty seriously. We, discussed everything from, our personal weaknesses, team comps, theory crafting, everything. And they put me as team captain because apparently I was the best theory crafter. And I was like, what if I started playing Soraka? And they're like, no, Soraka sucks dick. And then, like, I played Soraka, and I raped shit. And then
Yeah.
2 weeks later, Soraka's, like, a thing. And I'm like, I'm good at this shit.
Yeah,
I'm
Rocket's
smart.
so much cancer right now. So, like, just to finish this, like, last question up real quick. So, when you found the page, like, how did you actually like, schedule a time slot? 'Cause-
I went down to the bottom where your calendar is and all the times and stuff, and I just found a time that was open that didn't conflict with my work schedule.
and then you just click it, like, and it should...
Yeah.
Okay.
Clicked and it took me to you've requested this time. You can put in a coupon, I guess, if you have a coupon code for people who cost money.
Yeah. Like, somebody
And-
messaged me and they're like, coupon code? I'm like, the fuck? The double heal bot lane. Oh lordy. Alright, so you're up against a Riven. We've gotten a lot of Irelia versus Riven matchups that I've coached through.
Just took Ignite. Fuck me.
That's fine. So when the difference between TP and Ignite is, if you have Ignite, you need to have you need to get a kill on lane essentially, because you're not gonna have. What TP does is it allows you to provide map pressure for your team. Ignite gives you pressure in lane. TP gives you pressure everywhere else on the map. So, 1 sec. Alright, so when you lane, essentially what you want to do is you want to play it safe, because Riven's going to outdamage you until like level 6, 7-ish area, which is where you can start effectively trading with her. But just let her push in, try not to take too much damage, try and get your farm, and wait for your jungler to gank. Because if you look, you have Rek'Sai and they have Yi, right? Yi doesn't gank,
Yes.
he farms. Rek'Sai, pretty good ganker. So you're really good at setting up ganks with your point and click stun / slow. So just wait for your jungler to come up and you'll be fine. Just try, like when you're in this matchup, like a heavy snowball matchup, like against a Riven, what you want to do is you just want to not give up any kills. Because even if you come out of the lane down like 20 CS, you're still ahead because you're going to be a lot more useful than that Riven is, because she didn't get to snowball like she wanted to.
Mhm.
So that's just the general lane matchup. Like top lane's just a lot of learning your matchups too. So just a lot playing, like I said before, playing a lot of games generally helps with that. Just putting in a lot of games. I'm loading into game right now.
And we're still waiting for this Riven to finish loading up. There, she's at 100%.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I mean, I have a potato of a computer, but it doesn't even take me that long to load up. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be here for a little while apparently. All right. So in this situation, what would you start with? What do you think you'd start with item wise? What do you think you
Shield
should?
in a pot.
Shield in the pot? That could be okay. Yeah. Um,
That or flask and pots.
in this situation against Rivens, I personally actually like to start cloth 4-1 or cloth 3-2, depending on just how I'm feeling. Because it allows you to build into an early ninja tabby, which is going to be really helpful against that team. You don't really have to worry so much about like the Zareth hard CC because your passive gives you tenacity, so you don't have to worry about getting merc treads. And if you just get you have your passive and elixir of iron in the late game, you've got more than enough tenacity to make it so CC isn't even a problem. So it allows you to build into that early ninja tag, which hurts Riven a lot because a lot of her damage comes from those empowered auto attacks, which you're now just chopping a flat percentage off of. You don't necessarily have to rush them, but if you feel like you're taking a lot of damage and need to, you feel free. But otherwise, just start with the cloth and start working towards your Trinity Force. And then after that, get your Tabby, because that will help you against E for sure. Stiffer for sure. You just kind of have to judge how much CC the enemy team has when making your boot purchase choice. I can English, I swear.
So, when it comes to skill leveling up, I'm thinking E, the safety, or W for the lifesteal. Obviously, you don't start Blade Surge, but
I always either start Q or E when I'm laning. Q against ranged, E against melee will generally be how I do it. Because, yeah, E, if they try and trade with you in the middle of your minion wave, like if they auto attack you while you're sitting in your minions, you can just hit E and walk backwards and watch as your minions just absolutely wreck them. Because,
that's what I was thinking specifically with Riven, because she's going to want to trade.
yeah,
If I can just get that stun off in there, it'll
yeah,
give me a little bit of extra safety.
yeah, because she's going to want to look to Q through the minion wave and auto attack you and then try and, like, dash back out. But if you just stop her in her tracks and force her to take minion damage, that's a really good trade for you because minions aggro when you first auto attack. Like when you auto attack a champion within their range, they'll automatically stop what they're doing and start attacking. Well, that's what they should do, and they do most of the time. But sometimes minions have a mind of their own. But that's what should happen. So if you stun her while sitting in the back of your wave and you just auto attack her back, at worst you'll only aggro the melee minions, but she'll aggro everything. So trades should you should be able to force potions out of her if she tries to get aggressive like that. At level 2, generally taking Blade Surge is a good idea in the harder matchups because you're going to be shoving in. Like, a Riven should definitely be shoving in early on Irelia. As long as like there's no massive skill differential in the two players or whatever. So you'll generally be under your tower, and Blade Surge just helps with the last sitting under the tower because, it's instant damage, refreshes on your cooldown when you get the kill, and it gives you, refunds the mana. So,
That's interesting.
yeah, I generally don't take W to level 3, and then I max it first in these kinds of matchups. There's also another way of playing Irelia, which I'll go into, like, I'll touch on a little bit, and oh my lord.
Hmm.
Oh no, the Spectre Clan's just bugging out a little bit. Everybody's like a silhouette right now. It's really funny. But, there's another way to play Irelia, it's just where you max E instead of maxing W, and that's good for like short burst trades where you just kind of like hit the enemy once or twice and then run away before they can trade again. But like I said, it's two completely different play styles. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It,
Oh wow, I'm an idiot. I didn't get the trinket. That's awkward.
making custom item sets will help with that.
I clicked it too fast. That's all.
Yeah, they also reduced the shopping range on the friggin' platform, which I still haven't gotten used to. Because it's been like 4 or 5 years of me being able to shop off the platform, and now I'm stuck on the platform again. It's like the worst.
Ribbon just took like 900 years to ward the rivers. That's awkward.
Alright, so we shall see what happens here. So yeah, I'll provide some commentary. Any questions you have about what's happening in real time for you, feel free to ask. Like if you have any questions about anything. But other than that, I'm just gonna point out things I noticed from 3 minutes behind because that's the best I can do right now. So yeah, any questions? Feel free just to start firing.
Oh lord, that Yi gank. That is not something I was ready for.
Um, yeah, I thought the warding trick could be. It's a little difficult to ward out for ganks because you don't have a ward.
I also didn't expect Yi to come top so fast.
Yeah, you always should just expect the jungler to be near topside at about the 3.5 to 4 minute mark. It's just generally where they end their jungle path at, and if you're pushed up or in a position, they'll just come in and put some damage down on you. It's just helpful to ward around then. Okay. So, focusing on the game. Yeah, definitely under tower, use Q, the last hit instead of E. Do you use control? Like, do you click the plus buttons on your skills to scale them up? Or do you use the control?
I have them set to my function buttons.
Okay, yeah, so like, just being able to level them up quickly, because I noticed that you didn't level up your Q when you hit level 2 until like after all the minions were dead. And it's just generally taking a little longer for you to scale up than usual, so try and be like a little more on the ball about that, because you could have saved a little bit of time and mana by skilling it up early, and yeah, that roam by Riven was really silly. So good trade early on, by the way, on her. You had the minion advantage, so definitely when you have the minion advantage and you can force trades, that's a good idea to do that. Because if they trade back, they're gonna be taking a lot of minion damage. Yeah. I assume that Q on that minion you just kind of misclicked, because it was. Yeah. Okay. It happens from time to time to the best of us, so don't worry about it. Yeah. There's been a lot of misclicks so far. Mouse accuracy, something that's going to come into play. Good trades, good trades. Oh, there's the ignite. Okay. So, about that trade where you and Riven both flashed.
Yeah.
Essentially, oh yeah, there's that E-gang. What had happened there is that you'd forced her ignite, and you would have won the trade regardless. This is just like knowing your champion's damage ranges, type deal. But you essentially would have won the trade, even if she got the full take of ignite off. So flashing there is really unnecessary because what you essentially had there was you got her both of her summoner spells out and you would have survived either way. She ran longsword three pot and she was completely out of potions. She chugged them all right there essentially. So you would have come out on top of the trade either way. Um, it's just like one of those things where you have to like learn by experiencing, essentially, as opposed to being able to be like to have it dictated to you. But just out of curiosity, do you play on the East Coast or West Coast?
East.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely noticing some ping like problems here. So that
Just a little bit.
yeah, that could be it. Cause like there's a couple blades there just where you're just like half a second off the mark, and it looked like it was because your ping was high. So that would do it. Um,
I play at about 120 ping.
yeah, I generally sit at like 30, so I unfortunately don't know the struggle of having high ping, but it's
I
I've
don't
heard
know
it's a
what this
nightmare.
ribbon's doing.
Okay, so here's something I noticed immediately. You put 2 points into your W and 2 points into your E. Um, that's like just explain your thought process behind that one, because I'm curious as to why you decided to try that. Unless you're being engaged on right now, then feel free to wait on
Yeah,
that.
I
Yeah,
was in the middle of a
yeah.
tussle.
Like I said, 3 minutes behind. Yeah, when you get a moment, just try. Like I like that explained, so I can kind of see your rationale behind it.
Just leave for B. It's too late. Um, basically, I chase that. Oh God, guys, I'm not even gonna deal with that right now.
I already know it's the kind of situation you're in just by listening, but so you felt like you would be
Well,
chasing her around? Is that why?
for the extra point,
Yeah, like because you put one in W and like two in W and two in E instead of leveling one skill. So I'm just curious. Was it just like a misclick or
um,
was it intentional?
yes and well, I had it was a little bit of both. So I thought about putting the extra point into the stun just for the elongated CC.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, no, I should just go with the other. God damn it, it's mouse thing. I was like, no, I should put a point in the other one. Well, I have my finger on the wrong button. So it's me getting used to a new keyboard more than anything.
Okay. Alright, so with Irelia, whenever you Blade Surge onto a champion, generally want to make sure your W is active, because Blade Surge applies on hit effects. So like anything like your Blade of the Ruined King, Wit's End, Heaton Style, just anything like red buff, things like that, that all applies when you Blade Surge to a target. So Blade Surge is really good for like getting that last tick of a Heaton Style off before it fades off, or just like when you close that gap, having it up. God, that was loud, Rek'Sai, please, my ears. Um, when you when you go in with Blade Surge, just make sure you have the Heat and Style popped, especially if you're looking to trade, because the damage on it's really good. Just being able to get that extra burst of damage. Also, whenever Riven wanders into the jungle to like go clear a camp and comes out with like half health, feel free to just go on her. Because, like, Heat and Style right now, like, at level rank 4 does 62 damage a swing. And this Riven's rocking, 1,000 health. So if she's sitting at about half, you're essentially chunking her for 10% of her health for just true damage on its own. Yeah, and definitely, like, when she shields in to start queuing, that's what I've noticed a lot. Just, like, shield in and then start trying to queue towards you. When she's like burning through her Qs like that, just start trading once the shield goes down, because she's essentially not going to have any abilities up for a certain amount of time. Trading works really well when you understand like the opponent's cooldowns and work in between them. It's how you play against things like Rivens and Renekton's, because outside of their cooldowns, they're generally a lot weaker because they're AD casters. So knowing their cooldowns and like trying to work in between them will really help you when it comes to uh, when it comes to dealing with those champions. So let's.
So, what should I level my E second or my Q?
I would do E in this matchup. Like Q is only in matchups where you like really need the extra mobility, I feel. But the stun and the magic damage is really good on your E. Also, with your ultimate, so once you hit level 6, you know, you have your ult, obviously. But Irelia's ultimate isn't on very long of a cooldown, and it's really useful for using in those like short trades. So whenever you go in and start doing like start trading, just feel free to pop your ult and slam down your charges on the enemy champion because it's gonna heal you back up, so you get like extra health back after the trade, and it's also just gonna help clear any minions that are wailing on you during that time. So it's just generally a good idea for that. Like I'm not just like right now, I'm just trying to go over basic like Irelia stuff because like it's obvious to me that you need to learn like the basics before I can start moving into more advanced stuff. That will probably be like more in the future with the advanced tactics. But for right now, I'm just trying to make sure you're like comfortable on the champions in order to like do what you need to do on them. So I apologize if like some of the things I'm saying are like, yeah, that's common sense, like everybody knows that. But I'm just trying to like get back to basics here so we can start building, because you need the foundation laid out so you can start building off of it. Your farm so far is really good. So like don't need to worry about that too much. You generally want to, in best case scenario, you want to shoot for 80 CS every 10 minutes. Um, but right now you're doing fine. Like in some high pressure situations, you're just not going to be able to get that benchmark, and that's okay. So yeah, definitely don't worry about your CS all that much.
God damn.
Um, Also when Riven's kind of roaming around the map, because I noticed that she likes to take off and move around a lot of the time. She has to do that because she doesn't have TP. Okay? So in order to create map pressure, she actually has to like leave the lane and go somewhere else. This is to your advantage because you have the teleport. You can just sit in lane and continue farming, continue pushing, and just forcing her to stay in the lane. Whenever she leaves, like if she walks through a ward somewhere and you can see where she's like not in lane anymore, just pop your ult and start hard shoving towards the tower. Just like run it in there to make her have to respond to that. Because if she doesn't, she's gonna either lose a lot of EXP or and gold, or she's gonna have to make a play somewhere else. Yeah, this is like one of those situations. Like when I'm looking at like the 14-minute mark, it's one of those situations. Please tell me you kill her here. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's one of those situations I was talking about where she goes and takes a jungle camp and comes back with no HP. She's disrespecting the amount of damage you can put out. So whenever you kill the enemy champion before going back, you always want to shove the minion wave up to the tower, because that will deny them. That will deny the creeps to the tower, so it'll prevent them from getting that gold, and it'll also reset the minion wave back to the middle of the lane, essentially. So always try and get to the tower before you B. Sometimes it's not feasible to do that, but it's just always a general rule of thumb. Do you have any questions so far? Just anything about, like, any questions about anything, or do you just want to keep listening to me rant about things? Because if you have any questions, I'd like to get, like, those should be answered first, I feel.
If I need to ask anything, I will.
Okay. Yeah, feel free to interrupt me if you have a question, by the way. Just say, yeah, shut up for a minute. I well, what do I do in this situation? Um, yeah. So like again, once again, I'm noticing mouse accuracy. Uh, is something that I'm noticing. You keep accidentally like clicking like minions instead of Riven, or like Riven instead of minions, depending on whatever you're trying to do. Um, and like I said earlier, feel free if you're low on health to just use your ultimate to. Oh my god. Use your ultimate just like heal or something like that. Oh. Wow, that was almost a really nice outplay on that Yi. If you had flashed backwards into your tower, I think things would have gone a little better for you. But it looked like a moment of panic, so it's just learning how to react in the situations. Also,
It was a let me see if I can get into this bush and then Q back out of it.
yeah, like if you just flashed back into your tower, it would have been a lot more beneficial because he would have taken another shot or two, and you probably could have killed him. But alright. So whenever you get chunked out like that Riven did, like right outside your tower, just start spamming your ult through like all the, because there's a massive cluster of minions sitting right outside your tower. Just start using your ult through them because that clears that wave so that you can't be tower dove, and it also heals you for everything that's hit. So like hitting all those minions and Riven too, if you can manage it, will give you a lot of like a surprising amount of health back. So feel free just to like use that sucker because it's only on a 57-second cooldown. That is a really short cooldown. He doesn't have Devour, so that's really good for you guys right now. Okay. Something I also want to bring up is that you want to start buying your own wards instead of just relying on your trinket. Because while that ward is nice to have, being able to purchase a sweeping lens and buying your own wards actually like helps your team out a lot more, and it helps you out quite a bit. Because it essentially allows you to deny them vision. Okay, hold up, I'm watching this real quick. I'll get back to this thought in a moment. Alright, that was an interesting little all-in by Riven.
I think that's kind of what I thought. I was like, all right, if you want to do this.
Yeah, that was interesting. So what I was saying is, you want to buying wards and upgrading to sweeper. It's 75 gold that gives you vision, and the sweeper also allows you to take vision away from the enemy. So it's just in general a good thing to do at some point, like somewhere between the 8 and 14 minute mark. Switching it out and starting to buy other wards, because the sight ward lasts for an extra minute over the trinket ward once you hit level 9, so it just gives you longer period of vision, and just vision wards. Oh, you just walked through a bush with a pink ward, and you need to pay attention to your champion.
Did I?
Yeah, their top tri brush has had a pink ward in it for the past 13 minutes or so.
Their tri-brush at top?
Yeah.
Did I walk through that? What did I walk?
Yeah, you walked through, actually took the top tower and roamed down to mid.
Oh, I was looking at Zareth. That's
Yep.
why.
Yeah. Like this, in this situation, just TPing down to like, a tower or some minions would have been really good. Instead of running the entire way. That was really smart. Warding over the wall to dash to him. That was really good. That's something that a lot of people won't do. So very good job on that. I commend you for it. But yeah, just being aware. Like, okay, so pink wards, essentially are mini objectives. Okay, so they create something that it makes it so the enemy team. Nice kill on Riven again. It makes it so the enemy team cannot have vision in that area as long as the pink ward stands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have to get 5 hits on it in order to clear that sucker. If you put down a pink ward, you deny all vision in that area from the enemy team and securing it for your team. And you essentially force them to have to deal with it. So you can use them to kind of like create uh, a mini objective in a different spot, essentially. Like, there's the big objectives like towers, Baron, and Dragon, but you can throw down a pink ward in their jungle if you're like pushing in and clear their vision, and then suddenly they can't walk into that portion of their jungle anymore,
Okay.
because they can't. Oh, okay. Let me rephrase. They can walk into it. It would just be a very bad idea to do so. Past the laning phase, like past the 13 or so minute mark, buying health potions really isn't necessary anymore, because they're just not as good at that point. Like in early laning, sustaining through that is really good, but like once you get to a certain point in the game, it just becomes like a waste of money at that point, essentially.
I
Uh,
ended up having to sell them anyway, so
yeah, so it's
I
just
think it's more of a habit than anything. Just
yeah,
hitting the button while I'm in shop.
yeah, and it's just something that takes some time to get used to. So just after laning phase is over, try not to buy too many health potions because they're really not as necessary. Like that gold you could have you used on potions could have been used on like a pink ward or something like that, and that just helps your team out. Because their team has Maokai doesn't have a sightstone, so they have a bit more vision than you guys on the map. God damn it, Rek'Sai. It's so loud. Spectator client. But yeah, it makes it so you're able to just secure more vision. Because right now your guys' map is aside from one ward over the wall by their mid lane, it's completely dark. Like you guys can't see shit.
Yeah.
Um, so being able to participate in the vision game really helps. You got every dragon so far without wards, though, so I don't know how the fuck that one's happening.
Because this is silver, dude.
I know it's just weird to see. Like it's usually the team which controls vision around dragon that gets it, and it's weird. Yeah, like I said, it's just that blade surge thing I was talking about earlier when Wing before you blade surge.
Yeah, I have to get used to doing it.
Yeah, just getting used to that. Oh, Fizz lives. Yeah, in that situation, you generally want to stick near your teammate because you kind of like walked away, like you were going somewhere else. Sticking near him would have prevented him from possibly dying there, but it's fine either way. He still lived. Alright, so I see you're going with the Bork second. Yeah, you're really fed, so it's a perfectly good option here. If you're not quite this fed, just Triforce into Pure Tank is also a really good option.
That's
Uh,
generally what I do, but when I realized I was like 7-2, I was like,
yeah.
I can afford a Bork.
Yeah, it's all right. So after you buy your Bork, your team is essentially being like is team fighting in the bot lane. You have to like when you have teleport, you need to kind of like look around the map. And
That Yi flash.
I'll see it here in a minute. You need to look around the map and kind of take stock of what's going on because your team may need you to teleport in certain situations, and they're not going to be pinging for that kind of thing because
Yeah.
most of them don't even realize what the fuck teleport is probably. Um, but essentially, what you need to do is just like while you're like splitting a side lane, or whatever, while you're doing your Irelia things, like just killing minions in top or walking to a different lane or whatever, just kind of like look around the map and make
Oh,
sure your team
oh
doesn't
shit.
need you.
Oh fuck. That was a lot of people. Oh lord.
Yeah, I guess only one sweeping lens in this game. Next time you go back, just get one if you haven't already. And start buying wards, because you guys need to start getting vision, because this is... Am I on your guys' vision still? Okay, yeah, I was on your guys' vision, because this is kind of silly. Like, vision, essentially, like, because you play support, right? Yeah, you said you play support. So you know how paramount the vision game is, just because
Oh, yeah.
by virtue of that role. Solo lanes still help with the vision game. Not nearly as much as, say, a jungler or a support, but you can still help. And, lighting up the map so your retarded teammates don't walk into a bush with 5 people in it, it's generally a pretty good way to win in solo queue. Maybe even, it's fives too, depending on who you're playing with. Okay, so time for some more basic Irelia stuff that just, it's part of the champion's kit. So when you walk top lane when he was split pushing, he kind of walked away while he was in sight of you. You definitely could have chased him because you have double damage items, or at least forced his ult or flash. Uh, you know, whenever you pop your W, and Blade Surge to a caster minion, if you have a Triforce proc available, you're gonna one-shot that minion, and Blade Surge is instantly gonna refresh.
Oh, I just killed my flash.
That's unfortunate. But when you Blade Surge to a caster minion with your W up, you're gonna one-shot it with a Triforce. That's just how Irelia works. So, it allows you to use the enemy creep wave to your advantage, and just, be mobile through it. So in that situation, what you could have done is, like, WQ to a caster minion, stunned Yi as he was trying to run away, and forced his ult or flash out after that. But, that's just things you get by playing that's things you learn by playing the champ and having people point it out to you. What the fuck? That Yi flash.
Right? That's what I said. I was like, that Yi flash.
Alright, so this is why sweepers are really important. The entire time you guys are in there, you're standing right on a ward, so they can see everything you're trying to do.
I had a feeling.
I don't know what Maokai was doing. He should have just rooted that Xerath.
That's when I pinged the Xerath. I think he misclicked because he rooted a minion.
No, he just walked off into the jungle for some reason to go, like, on Yi or Riven or something like that.
I pinged the Xerath at one point, and I knew Rek'Sai went, like, all the way into Narnia.
Yeah,
try to fight
Maokai was trying to get over there too, but you just should have focused on the targets in front of him. So that was just a sloppy team fight. Like, there's not much you guys can do about that. That's just like a team thing, and sometimes you get those when people don't know how to team fight. So, oh, is he? No, he almost had the tower. So had to blow heal to save him. That was funny. Okay. I'm gonna continue watching.
Yes. So I kind of fucked up like 4 times in like 3 seconds. Oh god, don't fight the Riven.
You still don't have a sweeping lens. Get the sweeping lens. Sell your trinket, get the red one. It's really important, I promise.
Yeah, I know.
It prevents you guys from having a bush malfunction again.
Malfunction.
So you guys were just like all over the place.
Now I'm getting bitched at by Draven. Lovely.
Oh, don't even. If someone starts bitching, just mute them.
He didn't bitch for long. He's just like, really, Irelia? I'm like, yeah, I'm 9-4. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
That's not like. While it's an okay attitude to have, generally you still want to, like, that. It can get, like, that kind of attitude will get you into some situations where you could possibly throw. So just kind of, even though you're like massively fed, just kind of try and keep it in moderation a little bit.
I don't mean it as horribly as it sounds. I promise.
Yeah, I know, but like it's just like one of those things that like I've noticed, like spectating a lot of people's games, just listening to people talk and stuff like that. It's when they get like really far ahead, they tend to get like overconfident, and this happens in high elo too. But like it's just being able to like take that like fedness into moderation and not throwing it essentially, like, being able to use it the right way. Fizz doesn't get. Oh my god! How do you fuck that up?
That was such a waste of your ult, Fizz. There was no reason to ult that.
This is like a massive clusterfuck.
Yes, it is. Low elo. That is essentially.
Master Yeezus going on a ham page.
That's an understatement. Didn't even have Devourer.
Jesus Christ. Alright.
Yeah, no, he got Warriors instead of Devourer.
Mm.
I don't know why, but
Who knows?
it's so elo. I just tend to let it go. Just like whatever.
Yeah.
It's whatever you want to do, buddy.
I feel like once you get a more solid understanding of these champions' mechanics, that you could probably carry your way out of silver. But like you just need more games. It looks like because you're struggling with a few of the basics on each champion. Well, just at least with Irelia, you're struggling with the basics a little bit, and that's just a thing that games will fix, you know. Why, Maokai? You just popped heal after taking mid tower. Summoner spells are not sacred anymore.
Oh no. Oh, the lag spike is real. Holy fuck. Okay, this is no bueno.
I assume after you kill steal kill secure the Riven is when he says really.
Yeah. Woo! I am on a chase for the ages.
You're chasing or you're being chased?
I'm being chased.
Alright.
Oh no!
Hey, he got the sweeping lens. First one on your team. Congratulations.
Get her, please get her, please make my death. God damn it. Alright. I cannot wait for the new computer.
Yeah. I play on a gaming laptop, so I got it
I
about
got
a
this
year ago.
Inspiron laptop that my parents got me for my graduation about a year and a half ago.
I used to play on a MacBook Pro,
Oh, that's what that was. Yeah,
and
it's just.
I'd get 20 frames per second normally, and like 5 in team fights. It was cancer.
I mean, I could run at 60 frames per second. The issue is I overheat sometimes, and
Yeah.
it kills my brain.
Rek'Sai, why are you so loud? Like, if you talk and then Rek'Sai ults, like, Rek'Sai completely covers your voice. It's fucking hilarious.
Okay, so Raven's.
You totally got Draven killed right there.
Oh, the all-in there, the bottom lane.
No, in the jungle when he was running away from Yi and you walked in, you gave Yi a target to Alpha Strike too, and it bounced off you and hit Draven. That was just unfortunate.
I thought Draven was far enough away that he wasn't gonna get hit by
If he had kept running, I'm pretty sure he'd been okay, but he got greedy and turned back around.
The idea was just to.
Yeah, you were in the right. You had the right idea. It's just Draven played it like a tard.
And my team is all arguing with each other right now. It's just. Ooh, we got the 5th dragon. 37 minutes in, we have the 5th dragon.
That's
Solid.
a really strong buff.
So,
Okay.
damn, he saw me.
So something I'm
That's
noticing
awkward.
in team fights, you're not activating your W. Like you're not using your cooldowns when they come up. Like you'll use the first rotation and then you'll just kind of like sit on your cooldowns after that.
Oh, no, please don't. This is a really bad idea, Fizz.
You need to be sure to keep using your cooldowns as they come up.
Yeah.
You stunned a minion when you went back in on that Riven.
Did I? I was wondering.
Yeah, and then Riven crit Draven in the face.
Oh
Yeah.
god, get out! Leave, Maokai, leave!
you
Run with me.
you don't always have to blade surge back in. Like in that situation, you could just walked it in and stunned Riven because there's like no way she could have gap closed onto you fast enough. And it would have allowed you to use your blade surge to get away from her once the stun had ended. But yeah, just be careful with things like that. Your Rek'Sai is like a man when it comes to doing these dragons. Holy moly.
Really want to fuck this Sever in the bum.
Just be sure to use your cooldowns whenever they come up. Because I've been noticing that like, you'll use like your Blade Surge Heat and Style Equilibrium Strike, and then you just won't touch them again for the rest of the fight.
Yeah.
And those are
I have to get used to when our cooldowns come off because I was a thresh main for as long as I can remember.
yeah,
My
so
cooldowns didn't exactly come up more than 2 times in a fight unless it was super late game.
yeah, so just putting in games. That like so far my advice right now to you is just put in more games and work on those like few little things I've been talking about. This basic understand like basic mechanics. Because right now it's fairly apparent that you're not too comfortable on this champion yet, and that
Yeah,
there's still
and believe it or not, it's the one I'm most comfortable with in this lane. So
yeah. So just putting in more games will definitely make that better.
this Draven is such a. They're all so whiny.
Just mute them. They're just whining at each other. Mute them.
That's why I miss actual sports. People didn't whine this. Oh Lord, Draven.
How to climb out of low elo. Mute your entire team. I don't know about the Stalker or the Ranger's Trailblazer on Rek'Sai. That's really weird. It's not a really good item anymore.
Oh Lord, we just got railed in the ass.
Yeah, by the way, when you were sitting there with Zareth and while Fizz was trying to play a pogo over the wall, you're standing on a ward.
Of course I was. I just used my sweeper too. I used it on the other bush. God damn
Yep.
it. I had a feeling when it stepped closer, I was like, I'm on a ward.
Indeed you were. And they took Baron because you guys didn't have many wards out on the map.
Just lost. I won that game.
Did you guys lose?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna
We
finish.
got wrecked in the last team fight.
Yeah, I'm just gonna finish up watching this. So yeah, like, well, that game could have gone a lot better. Like, sometimes your team just isn't gonna let that happen. But there are definitely spots where you could have carried a lot harder, especially with it given your score. So I just recommend, yeah, like playing a lot more of the champion, so you understand the basics and working on those little things I was talking about. Just being able to trade. Your mouse accuracy could use some work because you're clicking on a lot of things you don't mean to. Like I see a lot of stunts on minions when you want to stun champions and stuff like that. So that's just I guess more games. For mouse accuracy, I actually play another game, a rhythm game called Osu.
Osu.
Yeah. It
I
really
used
helps.
to have it. I don't know where it went.
It
but
really
I used to
helps
have
with
fun.
mouse accuracy. So like if you want to like if you like that kind of game, I definitely recommend picking that up because clicking on those circles it really does help. Um, yeah, and just overall trading, like knowing when you can go in. Because there were a lot of kill opportunities you could have capitalized on that Riven, like when she was like doing those jungle camps, but you just like weren't comfortable or something like that. I couldn't tell, like discern exactly the reason. You just didn't know. You could have just gone in and killed her, essentially. So just working on like the bare basics right now is definitely the right way to go. Because I could teach you, like, start throwing out a bunch of advanced stuff. Like, oh, you can, like, I could tell you how to do, like, all this cool, crazy shit on Irelia, but if you don't understand the fundamentals, you're not going to be able to pull it off. And that's just the hard truth there.
There's no such thing as a hard truth, it's just the truth of it
Yeah, this last
all.
team
I
fight
mean,
looks brutal.
oh my god, I didn't know what to do. It's
Yeah,
just like,
at that point, it's just your team getting kind of steamrolled. Irelia's role is just a diver, so like you just want to get into the back line and try and kill people, but they're just really big. So, it's all right. So, yeah, just to kind of that was my kind of recap, about what to do here. Um, I'm not noticing any like glaring problems with your CS or anything like that. Like you were saying, yeah, it could be a little better under tower. But do you know how to CS caster minions under a tower?
auto attack, turret shot, auto attack.
Yep. So you're using a lot of mana on blade surges to farm into the tower, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just something that can help you in lane because having more mana means you can trade more often with your abilities, etc., etc. So yeah, just you know, next time. Hold up. Okay, never mind. That was weird. So next time, like before we do our next little lesson here together, I recommend just playing as many Irelia games as you can fit in, to get to master those basics. Because some of those things that I'm talking about apply to other champions as well. Like when it comes to just like mouse accuracy and like the teleports and things like that. That all applies to everyone. So learning those on one champion, it will generally help you on everyone that you end up picking up and playing in the top lane. Because the lane itself is fairly static when it comes to playstyle. It's dynamic in terms of what champions you'll see, but it's relatively gonna stay the same because it's the island lane, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna like stay relatively the same. So yeah, that's my advice for you for this time around. Just before our next get together, just work on the basics. I'd recommend like 3-4 days before scheduling another. That's what another one of my longer term guys did. He we went over a couple like the basic things, and he wanted to give himself a couple days before coming back, so he could actually practice the things I was telling him about. So if you want to wait a few days before that so you can have some time to practice, that would probably be best because yeah, you could come in tomorrow again for another, but like if you haven't
It would
gotten the
sound the
basics,
same.
yeah, it would be essentially me saying the same exact things because I can't teach you the advanced stuff without first having the fundamentals. It's just like any sport. So if you need me to go over it one more time, so you can like write it down or something, I can. That's fine. If not, if you think you can remember, that's fine too. Ugh.
All right. Can you go over it again? I have Notepad up so I can
All right.
this all down.
So, big first one is mouse accuracy. That's a big one because that's going to translate to many, many, many champions. Every champion that you play in this game. Just being able to click the thing that you want to click instead of accidentally hitting minions, because I was noticing a lot of that happening. Next is just using your teleport. Just be sure to look around the map and look for any opportunities you can teleport to. They don't have to be like amazing. Like there's nuances when it comes to teleports, but for right now, just focus on actually using it because like I think he used it like 3 times that game, and like one of them was a cancel. So it was kind of a waste of a summoner spell in that regard.
Yeah.
So just
They
like
died faster than I was expecting.
yeah,
I'm like, oh, we can do something. No, they're dead.
yeah. So just like
That's-
being able to use that a little more often. And There was one. Oh yeah, in team fights, remember to use your abilities. Like they're there for a reason.
Hmm.
I can also, I watched like here. I gave this to another person because I wanted them to kind of like study it. Um, well, not like study it, but like watch it. Um, this is a video from. This is a video from earlier in this month. Um, it's a video of my team playing in the winter group stages of Black Monster Cup, and in like these two games, I was playing Irelia. I'm gonna link you the bed. Like the game is still kind of a stomp. Well, not really a stomp, but we just like you can tell that we were much better of a team than our opponents. But by studying it, you can still see some of the things like that Irelia can do and that she should be doing. You know, because like I can say it all day, like, oh, this is what Irelia, can do, but like unless you see it in action, like, I don't know if that's the kind of learner you are, but if you see it in action, you can go, oh, okay, I understand that now. So if you want to watch it, feel free. Um, it's got a lot.
Where
I,
sending the link?
I just linked it to their league.
Got it.
That'll take you right to it. There's the game start time there. I only die once. I only died once during group stages. It was during this game, so haha, jokes on me. I played Irelia both games, but the other one was like just a massive stomp. Like I got a really good teleport into the dragon pit while they were trying to do an early dragon and got a triple kill. So yeah, I just kind of wrecked everything. So that
And
there's not really much
that's
to learn.
something I've noticed with my teleports is when the team that I'm going to Iowa with for this tournament.
Hmm.
First time we played together was like the day before yesterday. So one thing I did notice is my teleports are a lot better am with when I'm with the people I'm playing with and I'm talking to them and I'm like, oh, hearing everything that's going on.
Yeah,
A lot easier that way. I think I got a triple kill the other day on Rumble because they're like, oh, they're doing Dragon. I teleported right on Dragon, just dropped an equalizer across everybody.
yeah,
So my team play is a lot better than my solo queue play.
yeah. Because in team play, there's a lot more communication going on between the players, and there's a lot of stuff happening that you just generally don't get in that solo queue environment. Solo queue is not like okay. Solo queue is only a certain metric of one person's skill to a degree because it's still in its essence League of Legends is a team game. You need a team in order to win. Riot has severely shit on a single person's ability to carry throughout like a single person has been able to carry a game since like season 3 and we saw that with Faker and SKT. Ever since then, like it's just been really, really difficult. Like it's a team game. So solo queue is a place to practice your mechanics, like things that you personally need to work on. Like that's how I see it. I don't see like, especially in the off season right now, where LP just doesn't even fucking matter. Like I was master tier at the end of season 4. Like I have the border and everything from solo queue. Yay. But I just dropped out of master because I've been working on champions that I need to work on instead of playing things that I know I can play and trying to climb. Because it doesn't matter right now. Like, who cares if I make it to Challenger in the off season?
You're not going to get the border at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't matter. So just being able to work on what I need to work on, so that when the reset comes, I can do what I need to do. That's what I.
That's
That's
why
what.
I'm at silver 5 with 99 LP. I'm like, well, fuck it, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, like just use it as a place to kind of like practice against equally skilled opponents in an environment, because that's really what you need. Like what needs to be happening right now. Just work on the basic mechanics of the champions and the lane in general. But yeah, other than that, that's what I recommend. So just work on those things. Like your farming wasn't bad at all, especially given the lane that you were in. It could have been a little better because you lost quite a few to the tower due to like misclicks and stuff, but it was not bad. And yeah, just Wards. Change. Put that down there.
I do.
Change the warding trinket. 8 to 14 minutes. Second or third back is generally when you want to change it out. Wards are important. That was the last point I wanted to. I knew I had another point I wanted to bring up. I just needed to ramble a bit to find it. But
So I went ahead already and I scheduled 2 hours on Tuesday because I don't work on Tuesday, so I can do whatever the fuck.
I already accepted.
If you're busy, just all right.
All right. So if you have
That
any
works out.
final closing questions, now would be the time to ask them.
Wait.
Do you need
Oh crap.
do you need to cancel those?
Yeah, I do because while I'm off work, I just remembered I start class on Tuesday.
Ah, that could be a bit of a block.
So yeah, I'll check my school schedule and see. Because right now I go to school Tuesdays and Thursdays,
Okay.
so I'm at school basically all day.
Yeah. So just whenever you get time, feel free to put in
Yeah.
your other times, because like I'm generally available through the middle of the day. If you need me to, I can open up a spot later for you if you want. Those are just the times I generally like, because I'd like some time, for me stuff throughout the day. I don't want to be coaching all day
No,
per se.
you have to be here 24/7 to get me ready for the shit.
I have to
Nothing
get
else.
ready for my own shit.
No, I totally understand.
We have more 80
Well,
carry
I-
tryouts tonight, so that's gonna be fun.
80 carry tryouts.
Yeah, our 80 carry left, so our support had to leave due to personal reasons, and our 80 carry left to a different team, so we're essentially just redoing our entire bot lane, so it's just like, ah!
I can move to 80 carry if you want.
Yeah,
I've tried everything else under the sun.
do you want an
Not
above
80
applicants only? Sorry.
Oh, okay, I see how it is.
Yeah, coach is picky about that one.
It's okay, guys. I can do this. I'll learn eventually.
Yeah, so if you have any final questions, now would be the time to ask before we part here.
No, I mean, I felt that honestly went surprisingly well, all things considered. I mean, part of the reason I don't play a whole lot of Team Builder anymore, I used to when it first came out, because I could just practice what I wanted. But I realized while a lot of people do the same things, I'm a lot better than a lot of... I mean, I hate saying that because it's not the kind of person I am, but I tend to be a lot better than a lot of the people who play Team Builder. Like, there's no reason that Riven shouldn't have been on my ass that entire lane phase. She pushed it to my tower and then let me free farm. The entire time. I mean, honestly, I've played that matchup before and just gotten shit stomped because she's just in my face 24/7. Turret dove and everything else.
Yeah, but
She took her shield at level 1.
yeah, she's not the best of players, but to be fair, you didn't play that matchup out perfectly either. So there's definitely room
of
for
course
improvement.
not. But there's always room for
Yeah,
anything I've learned. I mean,
I completely agree.
like I said, I was a competitive athlete until about a year ago. I was actually supposed to play professionally at the age of 16.
Very nice.
So, yeah, I I gave that up for some odd reason. I look at it now and I'm like, what the hell were you thinking? You could be a rich ass 18-year-old person, but no. Now you're playing League out of your mother's basement.
It's whatever you enjoy.
Yeah, I mean,
having money and stuff is nice, but I personally just feel like I like doing what I enjoy doing, and that's gaming and computer stuff. That's why I'm a computer scientist as well, CS major. So
nice.
yeah,
I don't know what I'm majoring in yet. I'm doing a liberal arts sort of deal where I just take what I want and figure out where I want to go there.
that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, well, but
Most people don't figure out what the
there's-
fuck they want to do till their third year.
Yeah, well, I knew what I wanted to do for 6 years, from 12 to 18. I knew exactly what I wanted to do, I had it all planned out. I wanted to go to the FBI. I wanted to be an FBI agent.
Mm.
I was gonna go to school, criminal justice, police department for 5 years, intern with SWAT, FBI. That's how I had my life planned, and now it's all, I'm not sure if I want to do that anymore. Sucks. School is expensive.
Yes, it is.
Fuck that. Hate it. And while my parents are and my family are fairly well off, I get to pay for it myself, which is
It's
great to an extent, and it sucks at the same time because I get to be
yeah,
independent with my schooling. My mother can't hold it over my head. Well, I'm not going to pay for your schooling then.
yeah,
But at the same time, it's like it's a real burden on me. I gotta make sure I have the money to do it, and working as a waiter just
yeah,
isn't really getting it done.
yeah, and I know how that feels. So it's like it's just something that like it's one of those like universal things that like everybody kind of has to go through at one point. Like unless like you're just like one of
Yeah,
those kids that you know gets everything paid for by either grant money or parents or whatever. So
yeah. I mean, there were kids that I went to school with last year who would complain because the government didn't give them a go to school for 4 years. I'm like, really? You're
yeah,
complaining because the government didn't give you enough money. That just, he's like, this isn't enough money to go to school, and my mother can't pay for it. I'm like, my mother can, and she's not. And I don't get money from the government. When your father's job title has global head in it, you're not getting any money from the government. It's just happening. So,
yeah. Anyway, so since since it doesn't seem like there's any game questions left, I've got to take off here. Um,
yeah, that's fine.
yeah, if you could just do me a solid and leave me a positive review on the site, that'd be great. That's my self-whoring
I already
segment.
gave you straight 10s, so
Okay, I didn't even see it hasn't popped up yet, so glad for that.
I think I already did it.
That's my self-whoring segment today. Other than that, like, yeah, I look forward to seeing you again and seeing how much you've improved since then.
I'll just spam Irelia.
Yep.
Solid.
Yeah, she's a good champion to like learn mechanics on because you know you got the blade surge and stuff. So anyway, I really gotta go. So I will talk to you later. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on League, or contact me through the site if I'm not on or whatever. Feel free to ask any
Okay.
questions. Anyway, I gotta go. So I will talk to you later. Have a great day, and I will see you later.
Two man. Thanks. See you around.
No problem.